This is going to be an updated version of the Louis Vuitton backpack review that I did last year, and a lot of you guys really liked watching it, and a lot of you, I'm still getting questions to this day. Not a lot of people could get their hands on it because it's always sold out, but people who are on the wait list or they just want to know if they should buy it on a pre-loved website or if it's something that they even want to wait for if they're on the wait list. And so there's 3 different sizes. I have the largest size because at first I wanted the baby, and then I have now 3 kids and the baby one's cute, but it's not practical. The middle size, again, it's cute, but not practical for me. So the larger size, I'm also 5'11", so I feel like I could pull off the larger size a little better. It's a perfect size for me, for what I use it for my stature, and I'm gonna do an updated review. And then my last video was Louis Vuitton backpack mom edition, so like my everyday essentials and what I carry around in it, but this is a travel edition. So as you can see, I'm wearing my vacation mode t-shirt. Totally different if you're traveling, I would say overseas, or it's a longer flight, because then I would need more. But if I needed more, then I would just bring a carry-on, like a rolling carry-on case. But on a quick trip to Mexico from LA, it's not really that much of a, I think it's only a 2.5-hour flight. So you don't need a bunch, you don't need 15 diapers, you just need a couple diapers just to get you through the short flight. And the great thing now is my 2 older boys will wear backpacks, and I could trust that they would keep them on. So each of their backpacks have their own toys that they like, and also an extra pair of clothes just in case somebody throws up or gets food or whatever. They have an extra pair of a full outfit in their backpack, toys, and my middle son is still in pull-ups, so he has pull-ups in his backpack. So that's great because it opens up more space for me in here, me and the baby. So let's just get right into it. As you can see, it's jam-packed. Oh, and like I said, this is an updated review. So I've had it for a year and it still looks brand new. I've had so many things. I've had banana wiped on here. My older son was he took a bite and he decided he didn't want a banana, and then he just wiped, he used it as a napkin. And normally I'd be kind of not mad, but I would be like, why would you do that? But I didn't really care. I said, okay, well, whatever, I'll just wipe it off because it's a coated canvas. I've had milk spill on this and even in this, and it cleans up perfectly, which is why a year later, I still highly recommend this. So the first thing that we'll get into is looking at all of the leather detailing that's not coated canvas. So the handles, the straps, and everything still looks perfect. There's no fraying, and it's not like pulling at the seams or anything like that. The only thing about this handle is it's a soft leather, but it's still durable, is I have a scarf on here, but I wanted to scarf right here that I tied on here that I also got from Louis Vuitton. I normally keep the scarf wrapped around the handle, but for this video I wanted to show you how it just looks just tied up in a bow. But like I said, normally I have it wrapped around, so it makes the handle a little more sturdy and it protects the leather. And I have this little thing that hangs off of it. It's called a top tote. It looks like a keychain, but it has a magnet right here and it opens up. So let me show you what it does. You grab a hat. So if you're traveling with a hat, for me, I love hats because it always adds to your outfit, but I hate traveling with hats. But the great thing now about this amazing little product is, let's see if you can see, is you open it up like this. So it has a very strong magnet, and then you take your hat and you just clip it like that. Doesn't ruin the hat or anything, it's just a magnet. And then your hat just hangs off like that. So when you're, walking through the airport and you don't want to wear your hat, then it just hangs off your backpack and it's hands-free. So this is the best little invention. So I will, with everything I'm talking about, I will link everything down below in the description box so you can get one for yourself if you're interested. Okay, so let's get into the bag. And okay, so from what I've heard, I don't, as of the end of 2019, I think they redesigned the backpacks because this one has a lip on it. So some people were complaining it was hard to open the zippers, but now I don't think that they put a lip on there. But I don't know if it's for the larger backpacks or just for the small one, but I don't know, don't quote me on any of this, but I think they changed the design of it. Okay, so here it is, it's jam-packed, and I'll just go through, try to be fast, everything that fits in here. So the first thing, and I'm a pouch kind of girl, I like everything organized. I don't just like, it could turn into like a bottomless pit with a large bag, we all know that. So the first bag is full of little baby stuff. And again, we're going on a short flight, so a couple toys are fine. So I have a few toys, and I carry more than one, but this is my last one that I had. So it's a little formula packet it's perfect for travel, and it's sanitary, so they're all just individually packed. You don't have to bring the big can with you. And then I have an empty bottle. Thing is a container with some nuts in it or some snacks for me. And then an extra outfit just in case the baby spits up on it. This is the most important bag because it has all of our passports in it. So now we're a family of 5. We have all of our passports. And something that I normally do, but I was replacing, since we travel quite frequently, I was replacing the Post-its. But normally I have, since there's so many of them, instead of saying like, oh, where's Lincoln's passport and going through all of them, I just have little sticky notes on the outside that says, you know, that has everybody's name on it, just so it's easier just to go through and quickly open up the passport that you need, and then just sunglasses. So that's in this little toiletry case. And then, what's next? And then this is the bag for myself with all the little, you know what, I'm gonna save this for last. And next, I have one iPad because yes, the older boys have their own backpack, but I could trust them to keep it on, but you can't trust your kids too much because if they lost this, then they need to get a job so they could buy themselves a new one, or they won't have one until they could buy themselves a new one. So I keep that in my backpack just in case of emergencies, if they get over their toys or whatever. And then what's next? And then I also have an extra tote bag in here because, you know, I mean, this is what I like to do. Before we get on the plane, I like to buy snacks and water bottles. If you want to buy a magazine or like whatever, if you want to do some shopping in the airport, I bring an extra tote bag because, as you can see, this one's packed to the brim. And this isn't too big, but it's not too small. So it's just a black canvas. Oops. It's just a black canvas tote bag that says Jet Setter down the middle, and then it says New York, Paris, Tokyo, Barcelona. So this is the perfect traveling tote, and it has the long straps. So, and then on the back, and then it has this little cute little bag accessory. So that folds up nicely in your bag, and even if you don't end up using it, then you still have it. But I normally always, like I said, get a bunch of extra stuff right before we go on the plane. So I definitely need that. Diapers for the baby, wipes, business cards, and let me turn this around. And then I have photocopies of all of our passports just in case anybody lost their passport. And I know a photocopy it's not like really, it's not valid, but it's just in case, you never know. So I have photocopies of everybody's passports here. And then this is another thing that I learned the hard way. It is bags, just a roll of bags. So you need this for two reasons. One, if you have a poop, or when you have a poopy diaper on the airplane, and sometimes if you need to change it at the seat, like, you know, my phone shut off because I ran out of space. So as I was saying about these bags, you definitely need them for two reasons. One is because if you have a poopy diaper on an airplane, think about it, it's a confined space. So even if you change the baby like in the little seating area where you're sitting or in the bathroom, if you put the diaper just wherever, like even in the trash can in the bathroom, it's gonna stink up the entire bathroom. So every time somebody opens up the door, it's gonna, I mean, the bathrooms always stink anyway, but why not just put a poopy diaper in a bag, tie it in a knot, and then throw it away, and then just save us all. Like, so that's one of the reasons. And another reason is on our trip to Paris one year, this was just when we had the two boys, and Roman got motion sickness at the beginning of the flight, and he started projectile vomiting. And at first, like, he kept doing it, and we're like, what? And then of course, the little bags that they're supposed to have in every seat in the pockets, they didn't have the bags. And even if they did have them in there, you know, the bags are like this big, and Roman was 3 at the time. And what kid can really, so you would have to like hold it right up to their mouth for the throw up just to go in the bag. But it was so much, it probably would have like overflowed. I mean, it was crazy. So after that, we asked for huge bags, and he did it again. So he probably threw up like probably 5 times on the flight, and it was just a horrible experience. But then the rest of that, the flight was fine after he got it all out. But now I have these plastic bags, and I have the bag spread open so it's like a circle, and it's just ready to go. So just sitting there, a kid starts throwing up, oh, boom, okay, or pull it out of wherever, and then boom, put it under. You're catching it all. So I always have these with me. I learned the hard way because that one trip was horrible. There was throw up everywhere. So that is the last thing in the large part of the backpack. And in the front pocket, I keep my wallet, which this is also, I would highly suggest this one. I think it's called the Empreinte leather wallet, and it comes with a little keychain thing on the inside to connect your keys. So this is great. That's been used and abused, but it still looks perfect. And always have a pen, especially when you're traveling out of the country, because you always have to fill out those immigration forms, and it's annoying having to ask somebody else for a pen. Okay, so that's that. It's empty now, but now I'm just gonna go over, here, I'll put this on this side. Go over all the little things in this bag. So this is just a clear pouch from Amazon. Again, I'll link it down below. And this has everything, all the essentials that I would need on the flight. So charger, wipes, disinfectant wipes, more hand sanitizer, body lotion, a small travel size, and then these Neutrogena individually packaged wipes, just in case I need to wipe my face off for any reason, if it's like gets kind of sweaty in there and I just want to feel a little refreshed, or if I have makeup on and I want to take it off. A Cliff Bar, gum, of course, Tylenol, lip gloss, a little travel sized perfume, and then the last one, this is like the best, this is the best product because it's, so it's the Summer Fridays Jetlag mask. So I know, I'm sure a bunch of you already know what this is, but if you don't, this is an all-in-one product. It's a mask that you could layer on thickly, and then, is thickly even a word? I don't know, I'm losing my mind, but you could layer on, you could put a thick layer on, and I'm actually wearing it under my makeup right now, and it's very nice and glowing. So my skin's very hydrated. I also have the other masks, and they all are great for their own reason, but this is very hydrating. And I say it's all in one because you could put it on as a mask in a thick layer, and you could take it off, or you could put it on in a thin layer and just leave it on and use it as daily moisturizer, which is what I do. And you could also use it under your eyes and it's very hydrating, but it's not thick enough and like greasy where you can't put your makeup on over it. But as you can see, it just makes your skin just so glowy and hydrated. We all know how disgusting the circulated air is in the airplane, and it just dries you out. So like a drink of water in a tube, and you just put it on your face and your skin is very glowy and hydrated. So I would definitely recommend this. They have a travel size, which is it's probably about half the size, and that's normally the size that I carry with me, but I ran out, so I have the bigger one. It's everything that fits in the bag, and I cannot recommend this bag enough. And if you want to watch the previous video that I made last year when I first got it, it's a review, like kind of like a first impressions, but also a review, and like mom edition, what's in my bag. So this is a travel and an updated review a year later, and everything is still perfect. I love it. And if you cannot get your hands on it in the actual Louis Vuitton store, I would highly suggest just going on a pre-loved website like Fashion File, or I can't even think of any other ones right now, but the Real, all those sites, and a bunch of people. And the only sucky part about it is people know that it's so hard to get your hands on this. So if it's a used bag, like right now, if I want to go sell this on one of those websites, it would either be listed exactly what I bought it for, or probably more, because it's just in high demand and I've used it. So those bags, but they're normally in great condition, and they always list, you know, if it's in excellent condition or very good or whatever, and then it describes what's wrong with it, if there is anything wrong with it. So if you really want the bag and you can't get it and you've been on the wait list forever, then if I wasn't able to get this in the Louis Vuitton store, I would have okay, so let me just remind you real quick. So the last video, I mentioned that I was looking for this backpack for, I think, over a year, and everybody always said, huh, that's funny, like, you think you're just gonna walk in and get the backpack? Like, no, you need to be on a wait list. So I never got it. And then when the time came that I really wanted to get it, I was actually on one of those pre-loved websites, and I was just about ready to just buy it. And then I just decided, we had just moved out to Palm Springs, and then I said, you know what? I know they have a Louis Vuitton store here, so I think I'm gonna call them just to see if they have it. And I called, and she said, you know what? You're in luck. They have one. And I said, no, they don't. Like, really? And she said, yeah. And I immediately got in the car. Like, I think I was still in my pajamas. Like, I don't even think I brushed my teeth. I don't even know. I probably looked a mess, but I don't care. I jumped in the car and I raced over there. It was like 30 minutes away. And I said, excuse me, I would like the Palm Springs bag, the whatever size you have. I don't know, the largest size, I'll take it. And the girl was like, because I didn't speak to the sales assistant that was in there. I didn't speak to her on the phone. I was on like the 800 number or whatever it is. So she was like, oh, okay. And then she went to the back. She said, oh my gosh, you're in luck, you got it. So whatever, that's the story how I got my backpack. But again, if you really want it, then there's no shame in spending money on one of those resale websites. Designer bags, depending on which one you get, I think that they're all investments, especially if it's a classic piece. The cost per wear mentality. So